To what extent can we say that play is a necessary precondition for optimal performance?
I think it's everything. So when we're in a state that I'm referring to as play, the underlying physiology supporting that whole experience is different than when we're in a state of fear or in a state of anger or aggression. And to me, our highest performance, and we know that our highest levels of thinking and creativity and problem solving and all of that and spontaneity even come out of a physiological state that doesn't feel under threat, but is actually playful and interactive. And it isn't about trying harder necessarily. It isn't about practicing more. It isn't any of that. It's about how do you actually reconvince your body, your nervous system, and really specifically more of those brainstem survival networks that you're actually safe in that environment, in that context, when there really might be a lot of pressure. There might really physically be a lot of pressure and a lot of people counting on you, but how do you actually try to convince those survival networks that actually, you know what, I'm okay. I can do this and I'm not alone. I break down the performance into a performance hierarchy. And at the top of performance, I call the play zone. That's when you're free, you're connected to what you're doing, but you don't feel pressure to have to prove something. And then right below that is fight. That's that fight zone that we talked a lot about. And then below that, even though metabolically it's very much the same, is flight. And they're both dominated by the sympathetic nervous system, but that's flight. And it's not as high performing as fight. And then below that, when fight and flight don't work and there's no way out, in tennis, we call it tanking, be the player giving up, checking out. And that's that shutting down. It's actually a different mechanism in the body. And that's when the body goes into conservation mode. And as a coach, it's really helpful to recognize that when a player looks like they're giving up, it's not because they're not trying hard enough. It's literally because the physiology, the nervous system is completely overwhelmed with no way out. And so you as the coach barking at them, yelling at them is likely not going to work. You have to support them. You have to come alongside them. You have to figure out how you can help them start to mobilize just a little bit and not fall completely into tanking and collapsing.